Okay, this is my motorcycle seat finished, and I've been kind of reluctant to put this up because I'm not really happy with this seat. It's quite plain to me. It just didn't turn out the way I liked it, and besides the fact it has wrinkles in it. And I don't like wrinkles. So what I've decided to do is we're just going to reupholster it. We will resand it, reshape it, and redesign this motorcycle saddle seat. I was envisioning something maybe with a little bit more of a bucket in it like this, a little bit rounder. And I think I'm just going to put a little rise like this back here and just totally reshape this seat, make it into something a little different than this. Hopefully you guys won't even recognize this seat when we redesign it. And so look forward to redesigning this and making something fancy out of something plain. That's what the plan is. And we'll put that up under how to sand, reshape, and redesign motorcycle saddle seat. And it will be much, I hope you don't recognize it. We'll see you then. Thanks. Okay. Alright, I almost forgot to mention why these wrinkles are right here. The problem is this seam, which I kind of brought over on the side a little bit, because I thought it would look better, that seam really needs to be right here. Like that. When you bring this seam around, you've got it curving this way and this way, and it's going to wrinkle when you go around that corner. So if we had to put that seam right here where it belongs, we would not have had these wrinkles here. So I just want to let you guys know that that's what the problem was. I did it wrong, that's all. No problem, we'll do it right next time. Okay. Okay, how to upholster a motorcycle saddle seat. Alright, now I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this because it's not like I'm trying to sell you a sewing machine. So we're just going to make this real quick. I already cut most of the pieces, like this piece here. When it's squared out, you just lay it on there and you just kind of mark around where the marks are. Mark one side, you fold it in half, you mark the other side so they look the same on both sides. This piece I've already cut. The front piece I've already cut. The back seat I already cut. But I left the two harder pieces for last. So it's just a case of putting them on there about where you want them to be. You put a little thing on there, and then no matter what you do to it, it stays there. So it's just a case of, I'm, by the way, using this dotted line here. And I came around the side a little bit here because I want these seams to be down here, not here where they get heavily worn. And so we're just going to mark that. Now, as far as the pencil goes, you're going to want to use a 8B pencil, at least a 6B, because even with that you can mark on the face of vinyl. So it's just a case of following your lines where you've made your lines. You see, there they are. Alright, well, the other side is going to, now we're going to make a little mark. See, I'm a little bit far this way, so, oh well, it'll be alright. So then, in case of cutting your 1/2 inch seam allowance. Alright, now this mark has got to line up with that. That's what I marked that. Like that. As you can see, I'm following this mark. Then you just set it back on there and make sure that it looks right. It all looks pretty right to me. So then it's just a case of marking your centers. Now that was the easier of these two pieces. This piece we're going to have to make sure we get it on there just right because it's not cut any too big. So we're looking down here and we've got them about right. This one you're going to have to make some little relief cuts. So it will lay in place, and you're going to want to tighten it up there so it's nice and tight like it's supposed to be. Alright. Doesn't look like it's on there square, but that's alright. So we'll mark around the bottom. And when I fold this in half to do the other side, I'm going to match these two lines up so that all in all it ends up square. And remember, you're going to have to make sure you use the proper line. I got these ones crossed out. Won't go into detail how come I got so many lines. I just finally got one where I wanted it, that's all. See, you want to make that line like that, you see? Go around that corner. That right there looks to me like it's about the center, but there again, like I said, I'm going to mark right where the edge of this seat is. Mark right where the edge of the seat is here. So I'm kind of trying to make sure we... Oh, I still got to do the front. Let's see, I used this line right here. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh yeah, that's that side. This is the side I had marked, isn't it? Yeah, let's do this. We need our 1/2 inch seam allowance. think, no, I used the right side. Those two come together. Like that. Nope, it's got to be like that. So I'm using this line right here to line up on, so it's not like this, you see. I gotta have it like that. A little short here, like I said, I got it on there crooked from the very beginning, but we just didn't care that much. And we'll mark that front. I guess we don't have to. I already cut it, didn't I? So, I mean, you know, it looks right to me. So that's just a case of marking your centers. And then, of course, when you sew that on, you make sure it's on the center. Just like that. And by the time this gets around there and goes around there, these sides should match up. We'll see. So your next step, this is the side piece. You see that it goes right here. I mark that one out and do that. But now this roughness on the foam here doesn't really show. You know, as you can see, it just doesn't show. But these glue lines will. So what we do, which is something we would do anyway because it gives the seat job some depth, is you just glue all these pieces to a piece of 1/4" foam rubber like this and sew it together with that, and then of course it hides all these little glue lines. So I'm going to go ahead and go off camera, sew this up. I'm not trying to sell you a sewing machine either. So I'm going to sew it up. I just want you guys to see the finished product when it's all done. So I'm going to sew it up and then we'll see if it fits. That's all we can do. See you next time. Alright guys, I sewed it all together and guess what? It fits. Imagine that. Oh wait a minute. They always fit. What am I thinking? Anyway, here we go. I'm going to start right here on the top. You see where this goes. I want to make sure that it's in place, right where it's supposed to be. And I'm going to glue this right in place. Now you're going to want to use some good glue, either good spray glue like this or spread-on glue, but glue in those cans are not going to work. And of course now we're going to have to wait for a while for that to dry. And might as well cut the camera because it can take a minute for that to dry. Alright, now you know, anybody that's used contact cement, you know you wait until it's just barely tacky to the hand. Now when you tack this down, you've got to make sure it is in the exact right spot because it's not going to want to come up again. If you happen to have a Dutter's cutter and you pull it up and wreck the foam, you just fix it so it wouldn't be any big deal. But we want it to go in the exact right spot the first time. Make sure that it does. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing back here with this seam. Okay, so same thing. Oh, go turn it back on. This one here doesn't have to hold quite as much as the other, so maybe we won't have to wait quite so long for that to dry. Because it's... Now, as I didn't show you on camera, oh shoot, I gotta take that out of there. I finished off the bottom, of course, with a strip that went around, a horseshoe-shaped thing on the end for pop riveting in there. So we always start in the middle, and we get our hole puncher, called a leather punch, and a pop rivet ready. I want to go to this one so I can pull this down in there. And that hole needs to be right there. That hole needs to be right there. What do we do? Poke a hole in this seat. And you guys, you can see that's all there is to it. By the time we get all that all pulled in, set it in the sun, these wrinkles will go away. I got a heat gun if we have to. Get that pulled down and everything. All these little wrinkles will be out of it. The sun just irons everything out. Really not much to it, just time. It just takes time, that's all. And unfortunately, that's what's hard for an upholsterer to get paid for, is these time, because it takes time to do this. Everybody thinks we have a magic wand, we just wave a magic wand over it, it's done. It's not the way it is. It takes time to do it. And of course I've been doing it for a while, so I kind of make it look easy sometimes. And then of course, you know, it's just a case of finishing it up, putting all your pop rivets in. Really nothing to it. As you can see, it fits. You see I got a little wrinkle right in here, but I'm sure that'll pull out once we get her all pulled down. Besides, like I say, even put it in the sun, all this stuff will come out. I don't like the looks of it, but it'll be alright. It'll all come out of there. It'll all come out of there. Yeah, it'll work. It'll work. It's a motorcycle seat. There it is. Done deal. Just finished putting my rivets in. You don't need to see me do that. You know it works. Just finish putting them in there. That's all we got to do. Done deal. And it's comfy. Easy to make, just very time consuming, that's all. Easy to make if you have a full set of Dutter's cutters. You need this for in here, this for the small areas, and of course fix it fast for large areas. Between these three tools, it's really easy to make this motorcycle seat. Not that easy. Time consuming, easy if you know what you're doing. I really don't like this in here, but put it in the sun, it'll be fine. It works, you guys. These tools really do work. I hope to see you on my website.